Some of you in Philadelphia probably will not get the laptops because it's in coordination with J6C. But we'll try to send out an email to explain all the transformation issues for the laptops. And then if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Anyone else have questions? Yes, ma'am.
To answer the question out in the field, the four presidents are probably wondering, are they going to get a laptop? And I don't know if they heard the answer.
Yeah, the Ford presidents will not be getting a laptop. So if for the Ford presidents folks, remote, you will not be getting a new laptop. So just for your information purposes. Jane, did you have another question?
Well, I just want the laptop. The nice luxury is we're going to be able to use that for teleworking, so we don't have to go bug Ben and Dale every time we want to telework if we don't have something set up at home or a laptop at home.
Yeah, the question was about the laptops, about being able to use those for telework. Yes, the advantage of these new laptops is that you will be able to telework. So that is an advantage here once telework's been approved and things like that. If you work.
No,
go ahead, Ben.
We don't.
When J6C agreed to give everybody in DTC a laptop, we were as surprised as anyone else. So that's one of the things that we kind of lobbied for, and we're surprised we got. We are aware that almost everybody in this room, at least once a year, teleworks, and it's easier to support you if you already have a laptop, and then you don't have to be going over to the building 20, pick up a temporary system and all that. And the new laptops, by the way, are much more powerful than probably most of your desktops that you currently have. So technology's kind of come to a point where you're probably going to be better off with the laptop.
That was a Columbus discussion. For everyone, again, remote, if you have questions, further questions on the laptop, feel free to send those to me or to your supervisor, and I'll be happy to track down an answer for you. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Jane. Jane has our November safety topic.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, Dave's getting the technical issues rolled up here. Where's Brenda Evans? Oh, she's hiding. I just wanted to personally take a minute to thank Brenda. She helped me out with the Level 2 mentoring graduation we had here at DSCC the other week. All I can say is, cool. This woman handles pressure very well. So thank you very much, Brenda. I appreciate it. Fran also helped me. So again, the whole DTC coming together. Fran from Gary's team, Brenda from ours. So appreciate all the help I got. All right. November monthly safety briefing. I think there's something going on, maybe next week? That either you're maybe wanting to eat one of these, or maybe...
Slides. Does the former president have the slides?
I didn't send them directly.
I mean, are they looking at slides? Cool. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Hang on a second.
Make sure they've got the slides.
John, or somebody on that end, can you do me a favor and just dim the light on that side a little bit? Okay. Anyway, Thanksgiving's coming up. So we're going to talk about some food safety topics. These are a little bit kind of small for those maybe remotely, but thinking about preparing food and how to be safe in doing that. Looking at these pictures, and I apologize to the remote sites if they can't see these real clearly. It's pretty common sense what we're going to cover. But what do you think the key issues are here in food safety that are represented by these pictures? Sanitary. Wash your hands. Okay? The first thing in any food preparation is cleanliness, cleanliness, cleanliness. Okay? So we see the washing of the hands. How long should you wash your hands for?
20 seconds.
20 seconds?
ABC.
ABCs. Happy birthday sung twice. Old MacDonald. Warm soapy water or the sanitizer gels. Wash your hands frequently. What else do you see kind of represented by those graphics up there?
Surface.
Surfaces, countertops, dishes, okay?
Please?
Utensils. Actually, after preparing each different type of food, you should clean your utensils between each preparation. Best thing to use on countertops is really paper towels. Cloth is fine, but remember, if you're going to use cloth, you really need to sanitize that dish towel, dish rag, whatever you want to call it. I usually pop it in the microwave for about, depending how strong your microwave is, 20, 30 seconds maybe. That's a little much for some. That's how I sanitize my washcloths. But paper towels actually are the preferred. Okay, again, straight and simple, warm soapy water. Another thing you see up there is cutting boards. Are wooden cutting boards recommended for use? Actually, they're fine. It's not that big of a deal. As long as they're a very solid wood, and the same thing you do with plastic is you need to sanitize them. How do you think you should sanitize your cutting boards? Dishwash, but to truly sanitize, 1 tablespoon of bleach. Unscented, plain old, straight hardcore bleach to every gallon of water. Again, pour it on there, leave it sit for about 20 seconds, rinse it off, away you go. Okay? Let's see. Oh, another interesting thing is, see in the top right, they got fruits and vegetables up there. My mother used to be, you don't need to wash it, you're going to peel the peeling off anyway. Doesn't matter. Even if you're going to peel the apple or peel the orange, you should really wash it first. Why do you think that is?
Skin.
You're going to be handling that skin even if you're peeling it. It's going to get on your hands. You got the raw piece of fruit or vegetable, and here you go. Okay, you just transported from what was on the skin into your mouth. So always, always, always rinse off your fruit and vegetables. So the first part of food safety is cleanliness. Wash your hands, run your utensils through the dishwasher, clean your countertops and workspaces. Next set of pictures here. Moving out of the cleanliness into the next factor. What do you think we might be talking about with these graphics? Preparation. Storage. Refrigeration. Okay, look at the top left. How many cutting boards do we have? 2. What's on one?
Meat.
What's on the other?
Vegetables.
The key thing in this next part of food safety is separation. Always, always, always separate, especially raw foods, meats, poultry, eggs, from things like fruits, vegetables, nuts, whatever you may be working with. Strongly recommend you use different cutting boards, even if you're going to be washing them. I at home generally have one for my meats and poultries and another one for things like fruits and vegetables. Okay? In your grocery cart, separate it in your grocery cart. I always at least bag, or not, if not double bag, my meats and poultries when I put it in the cart. You also don't want to set your meat and poultry on top. If it leaks, then you got it cross-contamination. Same kind of thing in the refrigerator. Separation of food. I thought of Joe when I saw this, because if you look at these graphics, if you can see them clearly enough, the meats have, I'm getting to you, Joe. The meats have what we used to call in the environmental world drip pans. Okay, so anytime you're thawing meats or have meats in the refrigerator, you really want to set them in some kind of pan so that if the juices, the blood, whatever starts leaking out of the packaging, it doesn't drip on any other container or any other food that's in the refrigerator. Okay. Let's see if I missed anything. All right. So, we got cleanliness, separating your food groups so you don't have, again, that cross-contamination. Third thing here, some more graphics. What aspect do you think we're at now in food preparation? The actual cooking. Okay? What are we doing in the top left? Microwaving. Okay. Have you ever microwaved something, gotten the bowl out, started eating it nice and warm, and you get to the middle and what happens? Cold. Guess what? If it's cold in the middle, not ice cold, but kind of nice and room temperature-ish, guess what you got growing in there? Lots of lovely little green guys, bacteria. Okay? In cooking, temperature is key. So especially for microwaving, when you microwave, make sure you microwave, stir it, re-microwave, get a uniform temperature. Now, what kind of temperatures do you think we're talking about? How warm or how hot does this food have to be cooked to get it, the bacteria destroyed? Gloria says 180. 160. 160. 165. 300. 300.
Can we get a 400?
400. Burn it. We're doing the basket auction. All right. Recommended cooking temperatures. For ground beef, minimum 160 degrees. Things like roasts, steaks, 145. Poultry is 165. Now, the key thing is that's minimum internal temperature. How are you going to measure that? The only way you can do it is with a cooking thermometer. Shove it into the thickest part of the meat. Okay? Minimum. All right, let's see what else here. The top right is just kind of a reminder, if you're making any kind of sauces, soups, anything that kind of liquid, you always need to bring it at least to a boiling temperature. Okay? If you're going to reheat anything, I don't care what you're reheating, minimum temperature is 165. Okay? And it's amazing how easy, I mean, poultry we said what, 165? If you only warm that up to 160, you would be amazed to see how much bacteria actually survives even at 160. I don't think any of us want to wake up Thursday morning or Thursday night feeling the results of the bacteria. Okay? So we got preparation, separation, cooking. Lastly, let me just move right to it. Eating. Okay, we've ate. We done did ate. Good English. What happens afterwards?
Storage.
Storage. Yeah. I know. I don't want to hear it. All right. We talked about cooking temperatures. How about what temperature should your refrigerator be set at?
37.
Pretty close. No greater than 40 degrees. So everything has to be below 40. So 37, 38. Okay. What about your freezer? Below 32?
-2.
Go with the first one. Cheryl gets the gold star in temperatures today.
Yes.
Wow.
0 degrees for your freezer. Okay. A couple other things about storage. If you're going to use the Tupperware plastic, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. Use the shallowest containers that you have. The reason being is it spreads the food out and it cools much quicker. That's the key thing. You want to chill this very quickly. You don't want to go, okay, in the next 4 or 5 hours, I'm going to chill down. During that time, bacteria is growing. And then if you don't reheat it warm enough, it just comes right back to life. If you have food set out on the table, how long? Maximum, you should leave it out on the table.
Till it's all gone.
Till it's all gone. Or 1 hour? I like the 1 hour rule myself, but generally recommended no longer than 2 hours. Okay. One last thing, I just want to kind of back to the chilling a little bit. What's the best way to thaw any product, especially meat products? Refrigerator. Two other possible ways is obviously the microwave defrosting and also in warm water. Never, never, never thaw anything by just leaving it sit out on the counter. Okay? So, let's see if I missed anything else. That's it. Just to finalize, we got Thanksgiving. Really, we got a bunch of holiday events. We have it at work. We have it at home with your friends. You know, it's not, keep these 4 things in mind. It's pretty simple. Clean, 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 clean. Don't cross-contaminate. Cook it to the correct temperatures and then quickly chill it down to the appropriate temperatures. Okay? We want everybody to come back to work or enjoy all that use-or-lose they have to take. You don't want to be on leave and be sick because of improperly prepared food. All right. 1 or 2 other things just from the safety aspect. This is just 2 quick things for the Columbus area. We need some additional volunteers for a first responder. We have a couple people that are either leaving, retiring, have moved on, etc. So, and actually, if we could have even some folks from the DTW side of the house, just mainly because of the lower amount of travel. Okay, doesn't do us to have good first responder if they're on the road all the time. Doesn't mean DTT. We got a bunch of first responders from DTT, so thank them very much. So if you're interested in first responder, it's pretty, you know, you take a 4-hour class, that type of thing, just see me and we'll get you squared away. Another thing for the Columbus sites, but really this can apply to even all the remote sites. First responder is, they are trained in use of the AED, the defibrillator, CPR, and basic first aid. First responders, and this applies all through DLA, when there's an emergency, they come out first until like the EMTs can get on site. Okay? Also for Columbus, real quickly, again, can apply even to the remote sites. Folks, I'm waiting. Wash your dishes. I walked into the break room yesterday, and I don't know who'd been eating what, but that whole sink was full of dishes. It was the end of the day. It smelled. All the dishes had water sitting in them with Lord knows what floating in there. Please, please, please wash your dishes, and preferably wash them right away. I've seen people get their little breakfast or lunch, and at 4 o'clock it's still sitting in the sink with stuff floating in there. Wash the dishes. It can't be that difficult. Okay? All right, final thing. December, just a kind of a teaser here. In December, we're going to be focusing on MRSA. So do you know what MRSA is? MRSA. What is that? What is, these are just rhetorical questions, by the way. What is CA MRSA? It's different. Okay? You probably should be more concerned with the CA version, unless you're living in a nursing home. Okay? So we're going to talk about what that is, signs, symptoms, treatment, that whole thing. Probably do some emailing, internet type stuff, and that'll be in the month of December. Questions for me on safety related? Anything? Patty?
I just wanted to know, I'm a first responder for DHRC, but I just, in case you need that for anything.
Okay. I had a quick comment about a local issue on the first responder for the remote sites, so I'll talk to Patty on the side about that one. Pam?
I'm just asking, is there defibrillators down here? Isn't there one in New Hampshire?
The question is relating to defibrillators and where they're located at here locally in Columbus, and I know there's one down there, but I'm not sure.
There's one in THRC.
Okay.
But I'm not sure that there's one in DTC.
There's one in DTC, but I don't know if there's one down in this section.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll check. Let me actually make a note. And just because, by the way, just because the defibrillators are planted right there on the wall, doesn't mean they want anybody and everybody to use them. It's kind of like the fire extinguishers. They're there for quick and easy access for people that know how to use defibrillators. So don't just assume because they're there, we want you to use them. Unless you're trained.
All them episodes of DR don't qualify you to do it?
Anything else? Remote sites, you got anything on the safety front you want me to try to address? Okay, I'm going to end with, now wait a minute, I'm going to end with go blue and gold. However, the real important game is tonight, Friday night, high school football, Marion Local High School, blue and gold, Division 5 regional championships, go blue.
Okay, no, we'll go for that. High school.
High school.